Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sweet Tooth here, and this video is going to be on the original Twisted Metal from 1995. The original game, along with Twisted Metal 2, was just added recently to PlayStation Plus, to the Classics catalog, and these games have never looked better. I'm super excited to be doing this video. It's something I've wanted to cover a long time, because the original game in the series as a whole is part of who I am, and it's been with me since I was a young kid playing it growing up, and I just wanted to take the time to make this video and really show it some love, because it's definitely lower in the ranking in the series, and I just wanted to go over what I love and just the cool features of this game that don't really show up again in the series. So without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to the big time. Welcome to Twisted Metal. So first off, guys, we've got this kind of the history of Twisted Metal. You know, this is found in if you don't hit start immediately at the beginning of the game. You'll either get that kind of intro trailer you just saw, or you'll get this kind of little history blurb, just kind of cementing you in this world that David Jaffe, Scott Campbell, and the rest of the single track guys were able to kind of cement you in and just believe that this could be happening on the streets outside of your house. Like, it's an incredible game. I love so many things about it. There's just so many cool features in the original game that a lot of people just don't appreciate, or don't even really take the time to focus on, and that really makes me sad that this game doesn't really get the love that it deserves for, like, starting everything. Like, this is where it all started, and this is where it started for me, playing this game as a young kid. And yeah, it's just been with me every step of the way. I play it on a regular basis. I play through all of them on a regular basis. But just the original cast of characters is just amazing. I love the original cast. A lot of the characters in the original game are the versions of the characters I prefer. Sweet Tooth he's just a regular guy in this game. He's still a serial killer, but he's not. He didn't even have his signature flaming hair, or he's not like the butcher that we're used to knowing him as nowadays. But not to say I don't like that version of the character by any means. It's amazing, but the original characters and the original vehicles and the special weapon sounds and stuff like that are just things that I prefer and have always kind of associated the characters with. And then, like, one of the things I love about this game are just the how realistic and grounded everything was at the time. Like, this is, you start the game in Calypso's nightclub. You're competing 1v1 with another contestant, which I'm pretty sure this is the only scenario in any of the games where you're pitted against one other vehicle that's not a boss character. And it just kind of cements the fact that you need to kind of prove yourself on a 1v1 to prove that you're capable of proceeding through the rest of the tournament. And after you get through that 1v1 fight, you sprawl out into the city streets. You're in the warehouse district, and there's just lots going on out here that you've got you get the little orange army men, or like the whatever they are, like the little police force that are trying to take you out along with the other contestants. It's just, that's just a cool little bit of world building, and that's something I really love about the game. That it has so many of these neat little details that are kind of just hidden in there. That's also something that's never appeared again in any of the other installments. Is it's just the other contestants fighting at you. I always thought it was really cool to have that kind of sub enemy that don't really do much damage to you at all. But once you're worn down from getting in a few fights, they can definitely take you out quick with a few solid rocket hits or even a machine gun hit if you're close to death. Like, it's, I always liked that about the game. A lot of people don't care for them; they just think they're annoying. But I look at it in a completely different aspect and just love that is in the game, and that's a feature that's in the original game that doesn't show up again. There's a lot of neat other little things like the little hologram stop signs. Like, that's, the game was made in 1995, but the game takes place in 2005, so that would have been 10 years into the future at that point. And little things like hologram stop signs are definitely something that you would have been thinking, hey, 10 years time, this could be a thing that we have. So I just really like the cool little details like that, and I love the arsenal of weapons you have. I love how every vehicle has a special weapon. That's something that carried on into all the other installments and made every vehicle unique. But I love there's a lot of defensive weapons and things that don't show up again. Like, there's the oil slick, the tire spikes. What's another one? I never use them personally that often, but I guess they're like a car jack or like a catapult or something. And you can drop them behind your car, and it'll send, if you've got somebody chasing you, it'll send them flying right into a wall and kind of get them off your back for the moment. Or it can even spring them in front of you and allow you to turn a defensive situation into an offensive situation. And there's just so many cool tactics that you can pull off with the weapons given in this game, and that's something I really love about it. Another thing I really love about the original game is the vehicle AI, the other enemies coming at you. I really find that each vehicle kind of has its own behavior. You've got Mr. Grimm is he very rarely attacks you unless you're the final car, because he knows he doesn't have the armor to go head to head with a bunch of the other vehicles. But once you're kind of worn down and you're the only vehicle left, he'll come out and attack you head on, and his special is, he can end up killing you in 2 or 3 hits with that special, depending on what vehicle you are. I love little details like the machine guns overheating. You gotta manage how much you're using your machine gun, and just kind of keep tabs on it and make sure you don't find yourself in a position where they overheat and then they're useless to you, and it ends up being, you gotta kind of flee. But yeah, what I was saying about the enemy AI, I love how they'll actually get into fights with each other. You'll find other vehicles fighting each other, and even in some cases taking each other out, which is something that doesn't show up in the other installments, in my opinion. Like, it just, that kind of fell to the wayside after it became, I find in a lot of the other games, the enemy AI just kind of, they have little spars with each other, but it doesn't seem to actually do any damage to the other vehicles. Or very rarely you'll see, if at all, an enemy kill another enemy. And I just always loved that about this game. It really felt like everyone was, out to get each other. And that's just something I really love about the game. Another thing that I love is like the first person view is just a feature that again never reappeared in any of the other installments, and it just made the game so much more intense. Like you feel like, you know, you're behind the wheel of one of these vehicles and you're flying down the street at, you know, 70, 80 miles an hour, and you're just taking each other out. It's such a cool, exhilarating feeling to feel like you're behind the wheel of one of these vehicles, and just, you know, you're really taking on the persona of that character, and it's so immersive. Um, and it's a great way to play through the first game. I love playing in first person. It makes for some really intense gameplay moments. On top of that, you know, they very well could have just said, "Oh, the hell with it," and every interior could have been just the same. But I really love the fact that they personalized every interior to the point where, you know, you see Yellow Jacket here. He has a hook hand. It's just I just love the little details like that, and it adds so much to the world and to the game. Um, and I really wish they would bring that back. It's just such a different way to play the game, and it just, like I said before, it creates some really exhilarating, intense moments while you're playing. But yeah, back to what I was saying about the enemy AI. I find you, you know, they will attack you, and you know they will like a literal car chase ensues, and it, you know, it very much calls back to those like 80s 90s movies, like, you know, car chases on the LA freeway, like the Terminator, RoboCop, like just all like it's so amazing to be, you know, feel like you're taking part in something like that. It's just so it's fantastic, and it's just something that I didn't get out of the other games. Like I just find you are, you know, you're literally, once you've got the, you like, once you have an enemy car down to like bare bones health, they will take off and they'll try to evade you and get away, but you can, you know, you chase them down, and then when you deliver that final blow, it's just like there's no feedback, no scream from the driver. It's just a fiery explosion, and then the little, like the hunk of twisted metal that their car becomes, and it actually like stays on the battlefield. Like it becomes terrain that you have to navigate around. You can even, like, you know, you find yourself using them as cover sometimes, and that's something I really loved, was just, you know. And then, you know, when you're doing laps and U-turns around this game, around these, you know, the city streets, and you're just, it just always felt kind of haunting to me that, you know, you just blew that guy away, like he's done. And I find it, you know, you're chasing down and pursuing as much as they're chasing and pursuing you down. Like it doesn't feel like the other games where, you know, the vehicles just kind of dart around and they don't really interact much with each other. It just feels like they're all ganging up on you, the player, which is just something I really love about this game. It makes it feel so much more real and makes you feel like, you know, you're in the driver's seat of one of these vehicles. And it's just such an exhilarating experience. Like this game is, I can't say enough good things about it. It's got a special place in my heart. And like it just, this game just kind of sucks you into this world, and it's just like I've said before, it just has this incredibly real feel to it, like with the battlegrounds, you know, the locations you're fighting in, you know, the pedestrians. You've got the, you know, the parked cars on the streets. You know, you blow them up and you find weapons inside. The the health stations that you drive up onto, and it's like a power station, and it recharges your vehicle. Like that's, that is, in my opinion, that's so much more realistic than, you know, driving into one of the healths like in the other games. Like, you just kind of drive into it and pick it up instead of in this game. And they actually brought it back in black, which I was really surprised with. It was really cool that they brought the ramped health station back, and that's something I really love. I just found this game just had so many more, realistic aspects about it, and it has this weird, like, gritty, um, it's low key futuristic. Like, there's just these really unique things about it, and I just love the world that this game builds and it sucks you into, and it's wild, it's crazy, and it's just like I love it, and it just really kind of it gets under my skin when people don't really appreciate the world that this game immerses you in, and it's so good. Like, and yeah, like I said before, I can't say enough good things about it. Like, there's just so many cool little details that are packed into this game. Like, I don't even think you see the headlights on on the vehicles, like, switched on in any of the other games. This is like, and once your vehicle's taken a bit of damage, there's kind of like 3 degrees of damage in this game, which I don't remember. Um, if it doesn't reappear, but in the first game, you have full health, like your vehicle's pristine, and then you take a few hits, you go down to yellow, and like I just said, with your vehicle's headlights being on, some of them are shot out completely on some of the vehicles, some of them are dimmed, or it's just their marker light shining, like their turn signal light. And then when you're in the red, like, your vehicle looks like it's ready to keel over, like it's toast. And you've got none of the lights are on, all the glass is smashed out, there's bullet holes all over your vehicle. And it's just, that's just something that it definitely doesn't feel like that in Twisted Metal 2. And I'm pretty sure the rest of the games just have the two kind of vehicle health, appearances. It's like pristine, and then you've taken a few hits and it goes down to yellow, and there's just those two looks of the vehicles. I just found there was a lot more variety in the first game, and it just added that little bit of extra oomph to it. And it's just, I love how much is packed into this game for it being such an early game. Like, a lot of the games at the time, you look at the cover of this game and you're like, holy shit, like, I'm going to be doing that. And then, you boot the game up for the first time, and it's like, it's like, it's almost exactly what you see on the cover of this game. And it's just, I can only, I was probably, 7, 8 when I first picked this game up and started playing it. But, like, I can only imagine picking this up for the first time. I mean, even for me, that was just crazy to see the case and then see what the actual game was like, And I'm sure that's a feeling a lot of people got. And there's just so much packed in here. Like, I love the original, the concept art is used in the arena level. You've got the posters for a lot of the vehicles. Calypso himself is watching the 1v1 fight in his nightclub to see who gets to compete in Twisted Metal. And you've got those big bay doors. You can imagine, if this game had it, like a cinematic scene of those doors opening, and each vehicle comes, they're driving into the nightclub. They're ready to meet your opponent. you're going on this 1v1 to see who gets to compete in Twisted Metal. And it's just, it's such a cool game. Like, it's wild. And that's just, there's just a lot of things that people don't really, you know, I don't even think people think this much into the game. Like, I'm just so immersed every time I play this game, and there's just, you know, there's things that I find myself either like discovering, or, you know, things I didn't really notice before, and it's just, I just love what it adds to the world and to the feel of the game. And that's another thing, like the way that the vehicles handle. That's a huge complaint of people that pick up the first game, is all the, you know, the handling sucks, like it's sluggish, it's, you know, you can't turn and bang into walls and stuff. And it's like, man, like, you're driving a fucking step van 80 miles down the road, and you're expecting it to do a hairpin turn. It's like, are you, like, what do you want? Like, it's just, I just love how every vehicle feels different. There's pros and cons to each vehicle, and it really makes each vehicle feel unique, and it just gives you completely different play styles. And that's another thing that I love about this game. And it's just kind of, it's sad that a lot of this was lost after the first installment, because this game just has, like, I find this game has way more detail in it than Twisted Metal 2 does. That's my opinion. And I know a lot of people disagree with me. You know, Twisted 2's like the flagship of the franchise, and I respect that. Like, it's, you know, I'm not saying by any means the second game is bad, because it's not. I've got a lot of playtime on Twisted Metal 2, don't get me wrong, and a lot of the other games. You know, I really don't care for 3 or 4. That's another story, because, you know, that's just we all know how that went. But yeah, I don't really find, I guess Twisted Metal Black would be the game that kind of came the closest. And in a lot of ways, I see Black as kind of a remake of the first game. Like, it almost has all of the same vehicles, the cast of vehicles. It has this gritty, like, dark feel to it, like the first game did. And it's just, you know, there's just a lot of similarities there. And I would say Black is really the only other game that kind of comes to that amount of detail in the levels and in the world and all that kind of stuff. And I just, you know, I don't get the experiences or the feelings playing the other games that I do from this one. Like, I love it so much, and I just, you know, I love talking about it. I love getting the chance to make this video now that, you know, I'm not a huge channel. I don't have any, you know, huge recording equipment, anything like that. And it's purely the fact that it was put on the PlayStation 5 that I'm able to make this video and able to talk about what I love about it. And I'm so, like, thankful for the opportunity to make this video and just kind of, you know, share what I love about it. And kind of, you know, you might watch this and kind of say, hey, like, I never thought about the first game in this way, and now, you know, you might have a completely new appreciation for it, and that's awesome. I love the possibility that, you know, I might be saying something here that, you know, a lot of you might be like, hey, I didn't think about that, and that's fucking awesome. Like, this game is just, in my eyes, it's a masterpiece. David Jaffe, Scott Campbell, the rest of the guys at SingleTrack, thank you for this game. Thank you for creating this world that so many of us love, and so many of it, like, it holds a special place in our hearts. And I want to thank you so much for just, you know, a lot of childhood memories. And yeah, thank you so much. we just, you know, there's just so many of us that love this game and just love the franchise as a whole. And I just wanted to, you know, kind of make this little love letter to the first game and kind of highlight what I love about the game and just the things that make it my favorite. And you know, maybe it kind of opened some of your eyes to things that you know, you didn't really take notice of this game before, or you know, really even kind of pay attention to. But yeah, this game is just a masterpiece in my eyes. It always will be the best Twisted Metal, and I just love everything about it. I can't get enough. I can't say enough good things about it. I just like I love, you know, I love the world. I love you know, just the how crazy the characters are, how like outlandish the you know, some of the endings are just like they're just insane. Like it's just like you know, you could have had anything, but Sweet Tooth wishes for a paper bag because to him it's not a paper bag, it's his best friend. Like it's just like the stuff that they came up with in the, you know, the game they were able to make in this world they were able to create. It's just, you know, it just holds a very special place in my heart, and I'm sure it holds its place in a lot of other people's hearts. And I just wanted to say thank you to, you know, everybody, you know, that had a hand in making this game. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it very much. If you think I deserved it, consider leaving me a like, comment, or subscribe. I would more than appreciate that. And I just wanted to say, I know this is a little different from the content I'm used to posting, so I apologize to anybody that, you know, this kind of isn't for them, and I totally understand. It's kind of way outside of what I've been doing with, you know, I usually do the tutorials on like shooter games and how to do like realistic kits and stuff like that. So, you know, I've got more of that on the way, and I appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Alright guys, welcome. Sweet Tooth 1998 here. Me and my wife are just gonna play a little two-player duel. Our son's asleep, so forgive if we're a little quiet on the mic. Yeah, here we go, babe. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's up? I'm Patty Peas.
Alright, excellent, excellent.
Party.
Alright, I'm gonna be fucking ready, kill mode. Who are you gonna be? Alright. Yeah, I thought this would be cool to throw in at the end of the video, just a little one-on-one.
Yep.
This is a lot of what makes this game fun anyway. Okay?
Good start on duels. Oh, jeez.
Alright, babe, best 2 or 3, let's go. See what you got. You're at a speed disadvantage at the moment. Where are you? I don't think it does it on 2-player, but I love, like when the music, the single player, like depending on when you're in a fight or not, the music changes. Target identified. Holy fuck. What?
I hit all of the bonds.
Where are you going?
Fuck.
Get off the wall.
Jeez. This is not good. I repeat, this is not good.
Come on, babe, what do you got? Oh, you're gonna take both of them? Are you friggin' kidding me? That's fine.
All of your lives.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Lies, guys, lies.
So, babe, you look pretty good at Twisted Metal now. How long have you been playing? How long have you been a fan?
You know, almost 2 years.
Hmm?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, but since like the week after you met me. Holy fuck. Okay, well, that's an issue. This is a long fucking fight. Also, I don't care what anybody says. This game has the fucking best soundtrack in any of the Twisted Metal games. Or, like, almost in any game, period. Like, it's all original music. It's fucking great.
I do like the soundtrack.
That's fucking badass.
It's Jeez Louise. Holy frick. God dang it.
She hit one.
Jeez, no. Wasted it.
Oh, good game, babe. Good game. Count that first one. Yes, we both did. The tiebreaker. Jesus, get off the wall. Oh. Fucking dead, holy shit.
Frustrating. Honestly, what else was gonna happen?
Yeah, babe.
Thanks, dude. That was horrible.
Thanks for playing it. Good to have you here. You should drop in more often.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Alright guys, that's gonna do it for now. If you enjoyed this little segment with me and my wife, then you know, drop a comment and we'd like to do this more often. So we'll see you guys next time.